To a new series that I'm doing, and I'm very happy to be in town enough to be able to do these 11 a.m. I used to teach in the beginning of Brahma. I always taught 11 a.m. on Friday as a special class, as special series, and we did for a long time. It was kind of like a meditation and gong class, but now we're going to be going into women's teachings, immense grace. Is what we call this experience, because we've been doing these immense grace teachings for years and years and years, as well as I was directed, as I have 4 brothers, and also always, while I grew up, I always was kind of the, it's not that there were not other girls around, but I had, like my punk rock crew, they were all like boys, and then I had 4 brothers. And so when I started to teach, I was instructed that I had to teach women. And so it's been something that I've been doing for my whole adult life. It's something that I take great preciousness, and I see it as a privilege to teach women and be with women in the ways that we're together in this immense grace. And the need for immense grace has gotten much more on the planet. So we'll be going into these teachings every week on Fridays at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Some of you are out in all sorts of time zones, but this is when we will do these. And then it's a continuation of our year-long program and our Camp Grace programs and all this. But we'll go into one teaching every kind of Friday together. And today, I want to work with this mantra, Ajay Ale. Whenever you are in trouble mentally or you're being attacked in one way or another, chant these words and opposition will dissolve in your face. The other thing that this mantra is known to do is actually give you, especially Yogi Bhajan gave the teachings, if you're a woman and you learn the mantra, it's a little longer than some of the smaller mantras, but it's easy in one way because it rhymes. But if you are a woman and you know how to recite this from memory, which we'll work on a little bit today, and then you can recite it from memory, and you do recite it from memory 11 times a day, or you learn it, 11 times a day. It gives you the pattern to hold immense grace, basically. So it means that everything you do, everything you say, every situation you're in, every problem you face, you bring grace to it. And this is very much something that we need right now on the planet. How much more gracious? I'd like you to ask yourself this question. How much more gracious can I be in this moment? How much more grace can I bring to this moment? If you start becoming a human who is bringing that kind of frequency to your interactions, to your own interaction with yourself, to your interactions with your environments, to your interactions with your family, your neighbors, this is something it becomes very, very powerful. So we're going to work on this grace pattern. But the other thing that this pattern gives you when you learn it, this Ajay Ale, is that it gives you, even when you aren't feeling so graceful, it installs the pattern of grace into you so that no matter what you're saying and what you're doing and how, whatever emotions you're feeling or whatever challenge you're in, you're still kind of broadcasting the pattern of grace. So that's what's so amazing about the mantra, is that you can be thinking all sorts of things. You can be totally challenged in ways that you've never been challenged before. You can be angrier than you've ever been before. You can be completely more kind of polarized than you've ever been before. And what the pattern of the mantra does when you learn it, when you recite it, when you meditate with it, this mantra particularly, but all mantras have this capacity in different ways, is no matter what kind of storm is raging, you're still going to be broadcasting this immense grace. No matter what is happening, how you're feeling about it, what you're thinking, you're still going to be broadcasting this immense grace. And that can mean that maybe you are kind of yelling at someone. I mean, this is the problem in cliche spirituality. Everyone's supposed to be, well, if we're spiritual, we're always nice and we're always smiling. I mean, that's just, that's immature spirituality. Nothing's like that. And people who think it's supposed to be that way, they're just young souls, basically. They don't understand the way the world works. It's just that's cliche spirituality, that everything's supposed to be, posies and lollipops and rainbows and everybody is safe. I just had this conversation this week. The idea that spirituality is safe is completely ridiculous. The spiritual path, it should and is the most dangerous thing you could ever embark upon. And it's while you're on it, which hopefully is forever and ever, every incarnation until, things change, until you are no longer incarnate in a physical form. It should be the most dangerous thing. That's the spiritual path. I don't know who got this idea that the spiritual path is supposedly a safe choice. It should be the most dangerous choice you've ever made. And once you're on it, it only becomes more dangerous. So we got to clear this up because we're a sophisticated community. So that cliche consciousness of spirituality is it's very young it's a young soul kind of concept of what the true spiritual path is. So this pattern that we're going to work with this morning at JLA, it gives you the capacity, no matter whether you're, yelling at your kid or you're, upset at something that's happening at work or you're, having a hard day, the pattern installs grace so that whatever kind of emotional energy is coming through, whatever you're contending with, whatever's polarizing you, you're still broadcasting a frequency of immense grace. That's what we're talking about. So that, I remember one time, I don't remember saying this to this guy, but I was dating this guy, and I was speaking to him years later, and he said, "Do you remember when you said this thing to me?" And of course, I didn't remember when I said the thing to him, but he said that what I said to him, which I was pissed when I said something to, I basically said to, what all good women should do for any man in their life, whether it's a romantic interest or a son or anyone else, is, you with an open heart tell them the truth. But I don't remember what exactly I said, but it was something about, you're not even a good enough man to want to be friends with, let alone want to date anymore. You're not good. You don't have enough integrity to even be my friend. And he said that moment changed his life deeply and profoundly. Now, I didn't remember it, but these are the things that kind of you leave basically a trail of immense grace. So he was about to get married, and he was telling me that moment in his life with me changed him as a man, and that was part of him being able to have the kind of relationship he has now. So that's always that's kind of nice to hear that. But that's what we're talking about, is that kind of level of it's a legacy of grace that you leave behind you, and that may not be that you're being nice in that moment. That may not be that you're being, I was of course watching Deep State TikTok, what else to do with your days here on planet Earth. And there was something about the Nicole Kidman situation, the father and the father's murder and what the father was up to and what he was involved in, and some interesting little tales there. But they were showing a scene from the Stepford Wives, Nicole Kidman in Stepford Wives. That is in the cliche consciousness of what this is, the dismantling of the patriarchy and all the inner oppression systems that we're going through very deeply right now on planet Earth, and it's incredibly necessary. That kind of dismantling of what it looks like to be a gracious and powerful and loving woman, or a gracious and powerful and loving human, or spiritual being, the dismantling of all of our ideas around that, so that the actual grace of the truth, of the integrity, of the beauty of a moment, even as messy as human moments get on planet Earth, that's immense grace. So we're going to work with this mantra, Ajay today. And these are words that feed, these are frequencies that feed your radiant body. Do you want to find a miracle answer? Whenever you're in trouble, if you ever want to find a miracle, an answer, this mantra will help you. If you memorize the mantra and you can chant it by heart, just start chanting it, sit and visualize the situation as being resolved and the opposition dissolved right in your presence. It's not very difficult to remember these few words. Rather than arguing and questioning and answering, just chant mentally and see what happens. I'm not telling you that you will not be in difficulty. I'm not telling you that you will not be in difficulty in your life, because it's the faculty of the moon to wane and wax. These are teachings for women, so he's talking about the feminine consciousness. But whenever you are waning and waxing, whenever you are being attacked by one way or the other, just start chanting this mantra and you will excel. All right, so this is what we're going to work on today. Please sit up tall, bring the palms together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Om Namo Hold the breath, press the palms together, roll the eyes up and in. And exhale. Angade name Jagat, Angade name Sat, Gade name Sitting Gurudev Name Angade name Jagat, Angade name Sat, Gade name Sitting Gurudev Name. Okay, excellent. Come onto all fours. Let's do a little bit of cat-cow. Deep breath.
Mate
stretch out. Exhale, pull the navel to the spine, arch. Inhale. And exhale, press back, bringing the palms together. Inhale. And exhale, and come up. And I want to do a short set with you that is very good at realigning the pelvic girdle, which is necessary for women. And then it also, with that realignment of the pelvic girdle, prevents or starts to help with menstrual issues or menopause issues. The other thing that it does is it works with fertility. It also improves your sexual potency. So if your libido is low, a lot of times it has to do with the pelvic alignment. It's not even a hormonal thing. Okay, come onto your back. So you're gonna have the legs, you're gonna have the knees wide and up off the ground, and the feet are towards each other, knees are wide, up off the ground. Yeah, I don't know how else to call this without showing. It's like a frog, but your feet are up off the ground. Okay, and then from here, so these are the feet, you're gonna kick one foot out and then bring it back, but the feet are hovering off the ground by the groin. This is inhale and exhale. These are your legs. Good, yeah. It's like a frog with your legs. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The legs are about 2 feet off the ground the whole time, as well as the feet. The feet and the legs are up off the ground the whole time, Denise. There it is. Inhale and exhale. Really stretch the legs, open the pelvis, stretch the legs. Good. Now inhale, bring the knees to the chest, rock and roll, and exhale and come all the way up. You're going to bring the legs wide as you can. Inhale, up, center, and exhale, go over the right side. Grab the toes and stretch here. Just to the right side, please. Just stretch for a moment. And then once you kind of get anchored onto a part of the leg, you're going to inhale up and exhale over the right side. Just the right side. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale. And exhale, left side, and stretch down first. Just take a couple breaths. Your legs are straight out, both of them. Legs are wide. Go over the left side. We have some issues following directions in the room, but I know you out there are doing it exactly right. Okay, just over your left leg. Don't do anything else. Stop. Just take an inhale. Okay. Inhale up, exhale over the left leg. 20 times. Now inhale up center. And exhale, grab both sides wherever you can. Inhale up, exhale over left. Inhale up, exhale over right. Inhale center. And exhale down center. Now we come up and down center. You're still holding along the legs or the toes. Inhale up and exhale center. Inhale center. Exhale down center, stretch. Hold the breath out. Come down center and stretch. And inhale. And exhale. Now come sit on the heels. Hands are going to be here in front of the knees. So you're leaning forward. And then you're going to inhale, flex, and exhale. Pull the navel to the spine. Try to keep the head somewhat parallel to the ground. Inhale forward, exhale back. Focus strongly at the third eye point. Press the hands into the floor, tuck the chin, focus at the third eye. And exhale. And just come for a moment on your back. Inhale, exhale, and bring the palms and the soles of the feet together. Just rub them together for a moment. Get a little heat there. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, rock forward. Come all the way up. Okay, so we're going to sit up tall. Your hands are going to be in this index finger steepled. Thumb is crossed, doesn't matter which way. And then this comes right to this kind of heart center. This is an arc line here at the nipple to nipple area. So we're bifurcating that with this, this mudra. And sit up tall. Eyes are 1/10 open at the base of the lid, and you're looking through that 1/10 opening, very small opening, at the tip of the nose. And now, if you don't know this mantra, you're going to be learning it. And so you're going to, the thing you're not going to do is not do anything. Meaning some people, when they don't know a mantra, they won't move their lips and tongue. They'll just sit there and meditate. That's not the exercise. The exercise is you're moving your lips and tongue, pretending that you know it, even if you don't, and this is how you're gonna learn it. Sit up tall and chant. Moving the navel.
rupena rekheya karamanga paramanga kanjeya lekhe Ajala baba bua jua nasakas Aganja banja laka baka kale ala leka be Anama kama gada Nate paramate ajoni amore Narage narange narupe nareke karamanga paramanga kanjeya leke Ajala baba bua jua nasakas Aganja banja laka baka kale ala leka be Anama kama gata Nate paramate ajoni amoni Narage narange narupe nareke karamanga paramanga kanjeya leke Ajala baba bua jua nasakas Aganja banja laka baka kale ala leka be Anama kama gada Nate paramate ajoni amoni Narage narange narupe nareke karamanga paramanga kanjeya leke Ajala baba bua jua nasakas Aganja banja laka baka kale ala leka be Anama kama gada Nate paramate ajoni amoni Narage narange narupe nareke karamanga paramanga kanjeya leke ragena rangena rupena rekheya karamanga paramanga ganjeya lekhe Ajala baba dua jua nasaka Aganja banja laka baka kale ala lekabe Anama kama gata anate paramate ajoni amoni Naragena rangena rupena rekheya karamanga paramanga ganjeya lekhe Ajala baba bua jua nasakas Aganja banja laka baka kale ala lekabe
Inhale, stretch the arms up, keep the mudra.
Kama kama gata
Hold and stretch. Visualize the situation that's challenging being resolved, the opposition dissolving right in your presence, and stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Keep the mudra. Stretch. Imagine opposition being dissolved in front of you. Any problem, any challenge. Exhale. Inhale, stretch. And exhale and relax. Very good. Bring the palms together, please. Nam. Sat. Nam. Sat.